Uh, I said everybody, not you.
I know. I'm saying good morning on behalf of the people out there.
No, they are listening.
Okay.
Hope people are doing good. They're doing great. Um, we still don't know if Mercedes is going to go to CAS. Not sure. But Max Verstappen is
Wait, when you
already
say
went.
CAS, you mean the Court of Arbitration of Sports?
Yes.
Okay. You know, some laymen like us don't understand that.
How late are you that you know
And
what CAS is? Yes, so we don't know. We still don't know if they're going there. But Verstappen is already rocking his gold sneakers because of the World Championship.
I think they should just let it go. They should let it go.
But yeah, it's been a tough time. Nicholas Hamilton was saying he hasn't even spoken to Lewis. Like he's called him a couple of times, but Lewis is not picking.
Mm.
But Lewis is with his father and his mother, so we know he's okay.
He's angry, but I mean, it's happened. It's not the first time he's been robbed. We know this. So he'll bounce back next year. But I hope he does make history on time. But away from that, though, let's talk about the Super Eagles. Okay, so we'll talk about Coach Gernot Raw, and Mutia Adepoju is actually speaking in this regard. He says that Mutia Adepoju, Nigerian ex-international, has expressed doubts over the timing of the sack of Super Eagles coach Gernot Raw as the African Cup of Nations begins in a few weeks. He says, and I quote, "The decision is something that has been expected. Fans are not satisfied with the results of the team, despite the fact that they have good and young players." By the way, if you want to be a part of our conversation, please reach out to us up on our WhatsApp. Yes.
Yeah.
Call the number 0809 444 0981. I'll say that again. 0809 444 0981. That's for WhatsApp. And we might be opening the phone lines later.
Later, when we want to talk about the Champions League draws, but later.
Okay. So what are your thoughts, Tega?
All right. So I would say this. They called for the minute Get Raw started struggling. I think it was when he started struggling with Central African Republic. No, some people called for his sack from the AFCON qualifiers.
Okay.
Of course,
But
nobody.
was it that bad? I don't think it was that bad.
It was that bad.
Okay, yeah, we lost to.
No, we were leading by I think 4-0, and
then we drew 4-4.
4-4.
Yeah, okay, it was that
that
bad.
was the game.
It was that bad.
So some people started calling for his sack from then. Nobody listened. And then when Nigeria lost to Central African Republic in Lagos, then the shouts became even more. And then when we had to qualify after the struggle, was when people said, you know what, he needs to go. He can't take us to the World Cup. But the AFCON was just right around the corner. And that's where the problem is. AFCON starts on the 9th of January, all things being equal. Because there are rumors about CAF moving AFCON, and they came out to say there's no such thing, so we are not yet sure. But as it stands, the AFCON will be holding in January, and so there are people that are expressing concerns that between now and January, what time does Augustine Eguavoen have to know the team? And even if he's been around the team, and this is what a lot of people don't know, he's been around the team as part of a technical committee, so he's been around the team. He also thinks there are other people that should be on the team.
So will he bring in his new boys?
Exactly. So if he starts bringing his own 40-man list, what time does he have to whittle down that 40-man list to the team that he's going to take to AFCON? So there are concerns about how the change will work. That you know what, maybe Gernot Raw needed to be sacked, but maybe the timing is not now.
I think the time is wrong.
Yeah, the timing is off. So people are saying, look, better sack him now. Timing or no timing, the aim is World Cup. It's not necessarily AFCON. So
it's not like we're going to win the World Cup. I'm sorry.
No, but if people are saying the aim is World Cup, not necessarily AFCON. And here is the thing I'm saying. There's no way Nigeria will go to a competition that Nigerians will not want Nigeria to do well. There's no tournament you can sacrifice. You can't sacrifice the AFCON. You definitely cannot sacrifice the World Cup qualifier coming up in March. So there's a lot of struggles. The point is, if he needed to go, maybe they should have done it a lot sooner. Maybe immediately after the qualifiers, yes. Or maybe they could have waited for the end.
But there was also the issue of severance package, right? So maybe that was one of the reasons they delayed.
From what the NFF is claiming, that they didn't have to pay severance package, so they can't use that as an excuse.
Okay.
So they've been claiming things that there's no severance package, so you can't manufacture severance package as an excuse. So there's a lot of questions going on, but the point still remains: He's gone. August Negwavon is here now.
I hope he does a good
He
job
has to do
because I
what
don't think he could do a good job. I
he
personally, from where I sit, I don't think he could do a good job.
he
But
has to do
hey,
what he can do. I don't think Egwavon is bad. I know a lot of people have their sentiments about Egwavon and who Nigeria should have taken, and maybe Aminike, people that we know that
there was
have
this Serbian
done it.
coach that was pitched at first.
Yeah, so you're going to bring another European to come and play in an African competition when he doesn't understand what the system is.
So
You know,
there's
it's
that.
one thing to take Croatia to the World Cup. It's another thing to come and qualify Nigeria in Africa to World Cup. There's so many components in qualifiers that are not just down to the football on the pitch, but down to the system or the continent. So it's a struggle for everybody. So huge one for Augustine Iguavon to take over, but he's under pressure now. If he doesn't deliver,
Ah,
they,
we're
they,
coming for him.
they won't give him 5 years. They'll say, hey, why should we pick Nigerians? Meanwhile, they gave Gennard Raw enough time.
If I a whole, I
But
mean,
but with African coaches, we give them a few months and expect them to whip up some magic.
miracle.
So I don't want to be August Negwavon's shoes, but he took the job, so yeah, he has to deliver.
Let's talk about PSG. They are to face Real Madrid in the UCL last 16 draw. So according to the story, PSG, that's Paris Saint-Germain, will play Real Madrid while Liverpool take on Inter Milan in two of the standout ties in the last 16 of the Champions League after an embarrassed UEFA was forced to redo Monday's draw following technical problems. I saw that and I said this thing was rigged. And lo and behold, a few hours later, I heard that they were doing another draw.
Okay, it wasn't rigged. Come on, everybody just wakes up and says rigged, rigged, rigged. Rigged is not the word. Nobody was robbed. Nobody planned to rob anybody. But what had happened is, so you know how the draws will be. If you played in the same group during the group stages, you can't meet in the round of 16.
Okay.
And certain things, like if you are from the same federation, okay, so if you are from the same country, you can meet in certain stages. Those are all the things that those are the things that indices that they have. So the problem was, there was something wrong with the system, like technology. Even during Europa, there was a particular, if you watch Europa draws, there was a particular time that they were waiting for the system to show up the name and the number, and it took a while, because the system was obviously struggling. It's technology. It's not like they are cheating. And so they had a technological problem. Villarreal was the team that finished in second, and the team that came up was Manchester United. Now, if you knew, during the group stage they played together, so they couldn't
Yeah, they couldn't
take
have played the
they
game.
couldn't have Manchester United meet face Villarreal. So they swapped. And it turned out that it became Manchester City that drew Villarreal, and then Atletico Madrid drew PSG, and Atletico Madrid said, lie,
Lie, lie.
sorry, Atletico Madrid drew Bayern, sorry. They're like, lie, we will not take it. They must do it again. And so it was a tough
I
ask.
thought because there was a part where I saw PSG versus Manchester
Yeah,
United, so I assumed that they
no,
wanted
no,
to
no. The
see.
people that really shouted it was Atletico Madrid when they saw that Bayern Munich draw. They're like, no, 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 no. Nchakwa, we are not the one player. We can never face Bayern Munich now.
This is too
This
soon.
is too soon, exactly. It's too soon. We don't even know our identity. But the matches are going to be played all the way in February, and they don't know what form they'll be in February. So I don't know why they're rushing. Nobody wants to face Bayern Munich now, which is tricky because I don't know. I mean, with Nagelsmann, he could have a bad
He could have a bad game.
you
He
could
could
have
not
a
be in
bad
form.
February, just face them and go. So they protested, and UEFA said, okay, yes, since there was a mistake and they manually had to make the corrections, that they're going to do the draws all over again. Now, when they did the draws all over again, this was the result. Salzburg faced Bayern. They couldn't complain. They don't have the political power.
Yeah.
Sporting Lisbon will take on Manchester City. Ajax will take on Benfica. Chelsea will take on Lille. Now, that was the draw from the very first one. The very first time Chelsea drew Lille. The second time Chelsea drew Lille again.
That's
so
a good
Lille
one for them.
was destined to meet Chelsea. Atletico Madrid will now face Manchester United. So
It's worse, actually.
the
It's
two
worse for
agreed
Manchester.
people. No,
Yeah.
I won't say, again, like I said, you don't know what form teams will be in February. Then Villarreal takes on Juventus. Inter Milan versus Liverpool. That was the one that was shocking, another shocking one. And PSG pulled Real Madrid. Now PSG did not have a favorable draw. The first time they pulled Manchester United, which can be tricky, and now they pulled Ancelotti. I don't know how Pochettino will defeat Ancelotti,
but they're in good form, so they don't want to face them now.
Exactly. If PSG were to face Real Madrid today, I think Real Madrid will come up tops.
Yeah.
However, I don't know how February will be. So these are the draws, and so we're going to open the phone lines for you, and let's see. So we're going to talk about when we come back from this break. We'll open the phone lines um and see what your trickiest tie is and why. So when we come back, you call these numbers. Can they give them numbers?
0144899981. Let me say it slowly. Okay. 0144899981.
So when we come back, we'll be talking about Champions League draws. Okay, so the messages are very coming in. Okay, so when we come back, we'll start with the messages.
Okay, let me see. Who is this? Tosan. Okay, this is not.
No. This is part of this. Is we start from here. We start from Tire.
Okay.
So when we come back, we'll take the messages, and then we'll take as the phone calls start coming. We'll take the phone calls.
Okay.
But tricky. But this was stolen my minute again. You're not supposed to stop at 9:10. You're supposed to stop at 9:15.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So they have found a way to take my time. Okay, yes, I'm fighting. I'm going to fight marketing. No.
I'll extend time from here.
Don't extend the time. We are going to marketing. We will have a meeting in marketing. People are taking my time. Sorry. This is what happens with programming. You see, programming people will sit down and say, "This is what a program should be like."
Fixing ads, 6 ads here, so it's only appropriate that they take your time so that we can get paid.
But marketing will now say, "No, we want to put in our ads because that's how you get paid." Who wants to get paid?
Me, I want to get paid. I want to get paid.
I'm working for passion. I'm not working for money. Now so. How much can passion buy in the market? How many pieces of yam can passion buy in the market? Yeah, I'm angry. But that's what's happening. So I'm going to fight marketing. So if people see me in black eye on Friday, you know where I was.
You know the person in marketing. The head of marketing is like this.
The head of marketing is like this. I'm like this. But David took down Goliath. I'm a float like a butterfly. I'm a sting like a bee. Your hand can't hit what your eyes can't see.
That's so.
The beating will be epic.
Let me see a short liner.
But no. That's just a lot of. Come on. Kind of, this your mouse is not working.
It's problematic. No, this one.
No. This is our live stream.
No, that's not our live stream. This is the one from the morning.
Okay, then close it now.
Okay, so let me refresh this. Actually, I can check it. I don't know why I didn't check it.
See your life.
No. Okay, I refreshed it. Okay, no problem.
Okay, come on.
Which one are we?
No.
This is us.
Yeah. Sorry. Want to see your messages on YouTube. Okay, this is it. All right.
Okay, messages.
Okay, they will come up here. Now. Yeah. So the messages will come up here.
Let's see. At Smooth 91.
Okay, we're back, Abby.
The handle is at Smooth 91. Okay, I can't remember what it is. Are you ready? Alrighty, welcome back. Still smooth 98.1. Still is what you're listening to. It's 16 minutes past the hour of 9. If you just joined us, you've missed the start of our conversation, but there's still time to be a part of the UCL draws. So call the number 0144899981. We want to know the trickiest ties. Let's see who this is. Hello, good morning. Hi, good morning. Hi, you want to say hi to Tega? Hi,
Okay,
Daya.
Dio. Okay, all right, go right ahead.
Yes, Daya, we can hear you. Go on. Dio, we can hear you. Go on, go on.
Yeah, about this.
Yeah, Daya, I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, about this Champions League. I feel Man United was among favorites because actually they got early finishes and then they got affected Madrid. It's a tough one for them because based on the fact that Man United team just got a new coach after starting all the Soldier and it's not really been a favorable transition for the team. But so I feel like the UEFA draw was not really favorable. However, I trust that Brown will do a great job to help them qualify to the next round.
All right.
Thank you so much for that, Dio. Appreciate the call. Okay, got a few messages here. This one, let's see. Let's start off with Taya's message.
No, let's start with
Tosan's message. Tosan. Okay, Tosan says, Good morning, Tiger Supreme. Well, for me, it was bad timing. Raw was sacked. AFCON is on the 9th of January, yet you brought in an interim coach. The interim coach has little time with the team because I know Austin Guavon would flop. Lewis Hamilton should have just let this one go. This isn't the first time he has been robbed. UEFA should be embarrassed for their performance during the UCL draws. They know the rules that you're from that they know the rules that if you're from the same group or from the same federation, you can't play against each other in the round of 16.
you have to understand that it's technology that once the name comes up, then they'll pick it. So it's not like they were the ones that manually made the mistake. So
It's their technology that made the mistake. Let's see what this caller has to say. Hello, good morning. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, for the conference so I think they have two key features. The first one should be PSG and Real Madrid.
Okay.
Currently, for now, PSG are playing the match tomorrow or next tomorrow. I think Real Madrid will win the match. But before then, things can happen. Maybe they can start to withdraw and stuff like that. I'm not sure Messi and Neymar can say they're putting together. If PSG can win. But for now, I think Madrid is still the top two for now. Then also, Inter Milan and Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as well. Like because Liverpool have more firepower they can maybe they rival Inter Milan. Then also the third one ACM and Manchester United. Arsenal is good as well. But if should really choose a defense instead of attacking like he did with Chelsea last season, I think a get it by Ronaldo and like
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate the call. Okay, let's see who this is. We lost that one.
We
Please
lost
call
that
back
one.
if
So
you
call the
can.
numbers again.
01448999. Although we do see a break coming in, should we take this call and then head into that break?
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Great. What's your name, please? Hi, I am Edi.
Daddy. So I don't like
So you're saying it's a corrupt thing? That's what they were trying to do. They're trying to sell more tickets to pitch Ronaldo and Messi against each other. Yeah. Yeah, but like Tega said, it was Atletico's issue. It wasn't an issue with
It wasn't
the
a
two
deliberate.
clubs. Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know that there was any manipulation there. The system brought up an error. They manually corrected it. and Atletico Madrid didn't like the manual correction. But you all watched it. It was live. It wasn't. There was no abracadabra inside it. Oh,
All right.
goodness. All
Thank you so
right.
much for sharing. Appreciate the call. Thanks for calling. Let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll do some more talking. Don't forget, this is Locker Room 91 right here on Smooth 98.1.
The guy no girl. He said
It's true now.
he said they made a mistake.
No, but it actually did seem like they rigged it.
No, they didn't. It cannot seem like they rigged it if
No.
you are watching. See, they
For
see
years,
this.
people have been
No,
saying that they
the,
rigged these
the
things.
system pulls up the name. So this is the name.
What if the system doesn't pull up an interesting name?
They will take it like that. The system will pull up the name. But what had happened was the system pulled up the wrong name. And of course, you say yes, it was a human being that imputed all these things.
Exactly.
Human beings can make mistakes too. So when they saw the name that came up, Manchester United, Villarreal, they're like, no, these two people can't play over against each other. They played in the group stage, so they now manually corrected it.
See, that's the problem.
So that's a problem, because if you drew everybody automatically, you must draw me automatically.
Exactly.
That's what Atletico Madrid were feeling, that no, we'll come and play Bayern because people. So that's what the quarrel was about. That you must draw you must let the system do its job.
Of course.
So that was it. It's not like they cheated or no. They saw that the two teams can play. They said, okay, let's change it, and they picked another team. That's how people said, no. From that time that you picked on that team, so they just said, you know what, let's just do the draws all over again. Because Real Madrid had a better draw before.
Yeah, they did actually.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid could have also complained and said they didn't want that.
But they can beat PSG, they'll be alright. They'll be alright. Except PSG does a dramatic.
Or PSG though, because of the money they've invested, they should be able to beat Real Madrid. Because of the money, I mean,
They're
they
playing
have
rubbish. They cost of money that what? It's not how you
Look
have
at their
to people.
team,
I
oh.
haven't people seeing people with that spent good money to buy fine clothes and look
that's
like
what I'm saying. Look at
homeless people.
Neymar,
It doesn't
Messi,
matter who you
Mbappe,
have.
They have a stronger squad. In fact, what am I saying? It's not investments, they have a stronger squad.
Is their squad balanced? No. Is their team playing well? Has it blended? No. Is their coach good? No.
Their coach is not good.
No.
The team is not good.
Who is Pochettino?
Pochettino Man U wants to take.
Pochettino is Frank Lampard with experience.
That took Tottenham to UCL final.
Didn't Arsene Wenger take Arsenal to?
Arsene Wenger is a veteran. He's good.
You know how many years it took Arsene Wenger to take? He's good to do what? Good
He's
to
a
win.
good coach.
He spent 20 years there, did not win one European Cup. There's a level
Arguably, he didn't have the squad.
Mm.
No, he didn't have the squad.
Mm.
Yeah, but he didn't have the squad now.
Eh.
Yes, now. Did he ever have the squad?
The Monaco that won before, the Sporting, what's it called? The Porto that won Champions League. What was their squad?
It's like Leicester that won now.
What are you saying?
It's a one-off.
It's not always up. See, it's how you blend. Arsenal had the opportunity to win that year. They were now stupid to give away a red card, and then lost to Barcelona. That was it. But you can't tell me that this PSG squad will beat nothing. Pochettino will not beat Ancelotti. Except that team blends, and I've watched that team. It's not better than that team. Is not better than West Ham. That's how they play. I mean, they have the names, but that's how they play.
I don't know. There's so much ads in this show.
Okay, so when we come, see, that's what I was telling you, that when these people come and put this on, they can't hear people when they are calling on the phone.
Oh, okay. So
that's what I was telling you. I can't remember. I think they do this. They put
and
it
goes,
down.
it goes room.
Yeah.
Okay.
They pull this down and put this up, and then they can hear. We are sorry, B. We are going to come.
This is Johnny Drill, and you're listening to the Smooth Breakfast Show.
That's right, it's the Smooth Breakfast Show, but of course, right now you're listening to the Locker Room 981 with Tega Supreme. And should we jump to messages or just get
let's just jump to some messages.
Okay, so Tayo from Ajataya says, how the NFF chased
It's not Ogenero. It's not. It cannot be a Niger
Do you know,
Delta boy. It's
I
not
almost said
Ogenero.
Ogeneka
It's
Repebo.
not. It's not. It's not Ogenero.
With lame excuses is very shameful, but he's been building a team since forever. I hope Eguavon thrives. We can do better than third place. He also says UEFA selection looking like election in a country I know. And real quick though, AGK comes in to say, uh, when you bring an Arsenal and Zenit legend to come do a UCL draw, expect technology not to recognize him.
Educate,
Just
kneel down where
saying.
you are. Raise your two hands up.
He also says, we're used to rigging manipulation, hence the uproar by Nigerians. More clubs and the countries involved in the UCL. Okay, Emeka comes in to say, it's Emeka from Omo. He says, UEFA should just change their name to INEC because I didn't understand the wuru that was going on that day. I beg, who's Barca playing in Europa League?
Napoli.
He further says, I'll advise them to protest if they're paired against West Ham because they'll be destroyed.
Okay, let's take some stories now.
Stories, real quick. So stories here. Let's talk about Aubameyang. So he's been stripped of the Arsenal captaincy. Give you a little bit of the details. Should we go in?
Yeah.
Okay, so Aubameyang has been stripped of the Arsenal captaincy following a breach of discipline, as manager Mikel Arteta outlined on Tuesday his desire for culture change at the club.
Okay. Yeah. So and this is not the first time. So there've been back talk that Aubameyang was not the best person
To be given the captaincy ban.
giving the captain's armband, but he was the fans' favorite. So at the time that Shaka did what he did to the Arsenal fans, and then Arsenal was going through a turmoil, it made sense to,
To
give
it
the
to the fan
captain's
favorites.
armband to give to the fans' favorite. But he hasn't really been a leader. And this is not the first time he's broken team protocol. There was another time he also came late on match day. Now he didn't come late for the match. But you know how it is, even in production, they tell you to come 1 hour before your show so that if anything happens, if there are any changes to be made, you have time to do it. That's exactly what they do for football matches. So you come a particular time before your show. He came late. And so as the captain, they discussed it, they forgave him. He did it again. This time he went for a personal thing in France, and he didn't come back on the day he was supposed to come back.
He missed his flight. Now. That's what happened.
He missed his flight indeed. And Maduka Okoye sit on the bench. So and that's what happened. But again, if he had been performing well on the pitch and this kind of things, do you understand? If you've been banging in goals, helping your team to win, and this kind of thing happens, there'll be some hesitance, to suspend you or to punish you. This one, you're struggling on the pitch. Then off the
Struggling off the
pitch,
pitch, too.
you're clearly struggling. They're like, something is doing you. So, so yeah, he's not going to be available for selection against West Ham today. So
But West
Arsenal,
Ham is not that. Shouldn't be tough opposition like that.
As-
I mean, I know that what's his name?
West Ham is not a tough opposition.
What's
Are
his
you
name
kidding
again?
me? Have you seen where West Ham are on the league table and where Arsenal is? Have you seen the West Ham is the one that beat Liverpool and Chelsea?
Okay,
That's where Arsenal is going.
They're
Arsenal
in good
better.
form right now.
And then it's a London derby.
Okay.
Come on. Arsenal don't need all the drama off the pitch. They certainly need some form on the pitch, and they don't exactly have it against teams that they haven't beaten any teams that are above them. So that's another struggle on its own. I don't know how they are going to manage, but it's going to be a tough day today for Arsenal. So Aubameyang, yes, he's not a captain. He's not even available for selection. They are looking at other names to replace him. And Shaka
I can't see
again has
anybody
come
actually. I
up.
can't really see
Shaka
anybody.
again has come up. Shaka, Lacazette. Those are the
Lacazette.
names that have come up. But really, if you ask me, there's no leader in Arsenal.
Yeah,
I-
that's what I'm saying. I can't really see
I'll
anybody.
keep my armband in my pocket, but of course the rules say you have to have a captain on the pitch. That's the rule. So that's the only problem. Yeah.
Let's talk about Nabri's hat trick against Stuttgart. It
Yeah,
seems Bayern 9 points clear.
Yes. So while there was a baptism in England, so yesterday Manchester City defeated Leeds United by 7 goals to 0. Those people don't have any spirit of sportsmanship. If we were Liverpool at 3-0, they'd just be like, we've beaten them now, let's forgive them. But Manchester City, they will score
As many as
as
possible.
many as possible. So yeah, 7-0 was happening in England. In Germany, 5-0 was happening for Bayern Munich. Lewandowski broke Gerd Muller's record again for goal scoring. So that's another
Another
big deal.
Ballon d'Or in the
Yeah,
works.
he scored two late goals. But Serge Gnabry that Arsenal sold years ago did the most important work. He scored the first goal. He scored the second goal. Could have had a hat trick, or even more. But it was a dominating game by Serge Gnabry.
So the problem here is this: for me, will Bayern still continue this dominance? Isn't there anyone that can actually? Is it money that's needed to break this dominance?
Isn't there? So so the Bundesliga, the way the Bundesliga works, they look at your books and see and then determine how much you can spend in transfer window. That's why they don't have teams that go bankrupt. Except the team has to be lying on their
So
audit.
so an Abu Dhabi, someone from the from on the
and they
side
don't and,
cannot come and
and they don't like all those unfair they actually practice some financial fair play, so they don't like all those unfair rules that someone will come and buy one club, like the way some one
they bought
Saudi
Newcastle.
rich man went to go and buy Newcastle. Yeah. So it's usually a huge deal, and fans also own a percentage of the club. So the Bundesliga is run a little differently. Sorry,
And that's
it's
why
run differently
it's
from
looking
other.
like a farmers league at the way
No,
with the
it's
way it
not a
stands.
farmers league. It's
No,
a
it is.
it's
The
a
way
it's a
it's-
it's
when
a
a team keeps on winning,
it's a good, and that team is that team not dominating in Europe?
well,
That's the end of discussion. If that team is also beating other teams from other federations, you can't call it a farmers league.
if you have the money to buy players, you dominate now. That's I mean, it's a
Yeah, so
no-brainer.
your business has to be appropriate.
Okay, let's
So
talk about Chelsea.
Okay.
Okay, Chelsea's back in the news. Okay, so Chelsea midfielder Mason Mount has taken time to hit top gear this season, but manager Thomas Tuchel said it is not unusual for young players to experience dips in forms, and this was important to keep trusting him.
Yeah, so I don't think that message is just for Mason Mount alone, but the team especially, they also suffered a dip. Sorry, they're also suffering a dip in form. Today is a good day for them though, because they're facing. Sorry, Thursday is a good day for them because they face Everton in Stamford Bridge on Thursday, and Everton is going through their own problems. They
I
can't
don't know
seem
what
to
happened to
they
Rafa
can't seem to
Benitez.
find
He
a
used to
win.
be such a
Yeah,
good coach.
it's the entire team. When you're watching the team, there's some things that you can't just blame the coach. You'll be like, okay, really, you should have covered that guy now. What are you doing there? So it comes. But the good news for them is, as far as bad as their form is, they were able to win on Sunday, even if some people are saying that penalty should not have been a penalty.
Yeah.
So they're able to win over the weekend. And they play Everton on Thursday, and Everton have their many problems, and so it could be another opportunity for them to get back-to-back wins and
I
get
thought
back into the
Tuchel
groove.
said he was building a team that was going to be undefeatable. What happened to
But
that?
they were hard to beat. You know, there was a time it was hard to beat Chelsea. So it seems, look, teams have different forms, so they will ebb and flow. And so they've gone into their deep. They are coming back out of their deep, or that's what it looks like. So let's see how they manage the fair on Thursday. But all in all, good one for Chelsea, who they are facing. Um, for Arsenal today. I don't know how we are going to survive. For Manchester United, their game has been called off because of the COVID crisis that has hit their team.
Yeah.
So their game against Brentford called off yesterday.
This is the best time for them to play Brentford because they're in good form too.
Ah.
Or they're in decent form actually, not really, not excessively good.
Well, it's just that the matches will be piling up one after the other. So you just imagine having to, when other people are chilling on a Tuesday, you're hustling in the snow, trying to play your makeup matches. It's a lot to ask, but let's see how they manage. Yeah.
Alrighty, don't forget you can send your messages into 0809
Wow, so many messages.
This one from Chimobi Victor from Alaba International says, for me, Aubameyang is taking Arsenal for granted. It's better to let him go so he won't affect other players with his bad character. Serge Gnabry had a hat trick and two assists.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why he's that good. Well, I mean, was that good for that game. Diego Kingston says the sack of Gunnar Ross shouldn't have come should have come long enough before but NFF, as confused as they can be, chose to wait for the wrong time to do the needful for the Champions League draw. I think PSG would have been easier for Manchester United
Compared to Atletico.
Who would have who would come with the wall of Jericho. Then for me, for my darling Chelsea, celebrate grace. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. Mike says Serge Gnabry actually scored. Okay, we know. It's okay. Who else is this? Tayo says since we're speculating, give it to Bukayo Saka. I want to.
How can Bukayo Saka be captain? Tayo,
No, I
please
actually-
put your phone down.
I actually paused to read it, but Bukayo Saka of all people. Okay. Let's see who else is here. Ima from Lagos. Ima says the Bundesliga isn't a farmers league. It's a Bayern Munich league. They only buy the best players from their top rivals in the league. Well, that's just really sad. Okay, let's get back to the messages, or rather, let's get back to the stories. Okay.
Let's just round up. Our time is gone. You've been giving me many pools time.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll do some more talking.
Yeah. Did you add some more time?
45 now. See? Abby, am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Wait, what time does the show end?
9:30.
Oh my God.
You've been giving me as much time as possible. Yes, please. So thank you.
9:30, I didn't see it.
He gave me more time.
Sorry, I
but
didn't
join us on Friday.
Sorry, I didn't know you
next
ended at
time.
9:30.
All right.
I didn't know you ended at 9:30. I was looking at the app. This is 45 now.